The following podcast contains mature subject matter, adult themes, and may also contain profanity. You have been warned.
Hey everyone, welcome back to The Absurd, a podcast about things absurd. Historical things, mysterious things, and things going on. Things that are funny, things that are freaky, things that are frightening. All right, that other voice you hear is Mel. Both of us. Oh, sorry. Hi, Mel.
Yeah. Oh, hi.
How are you?
Oh,
She's rough.
great.
Mm-hmm.
If you could tell by my voice, I am great.
She is great. Grate. Yeah, last week was my turn. This week is her turn. Actually,
Yeah.
the week before was her turn as well.
Yeah, I just, I've been sick a lot this winter.
I
I don't know why.
I've still got it lingering.
Yeah.
My voice is still rubbish. Yeah, it's still going on. I've got post-nasal drip like a bastard.
That's great.
Yeah, and post-naval drip.
Post-naval drip.
Yeah, not naval as in ahoy mate, but I mean like, out of the belly button.
I got it. Yeah.
That'd be so gross. Do you know what? I saw a story a while ago about some dude who hadn't cleaned his belly button in like months and months and months and months.
What?
And had some horrific shit come out of it.
Ew.
Like small people who had been lost in there for years. But how do you not clean your belly button? Like when you're showering.
I don't know.
How do you
like, avoid that?
Well, even if you don't avoid it, like how does it not get water in there?
Yeah. I don't know.
You know what I mean? Anyway, it's really gross. Sorry, sidetrack. So you're, other than the cold, you're okay?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Good.
I went out Saturday night for St. Patrick's Day, and that
Yes.
probably was not the wisest choice in terms of my sickness, but what are you going to do?
It'll only set it back a bit. Like whatever.
I'd still do it again.
And Addison, is she better?
Not quite.
But is she better?
She's getting there, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The
Antibiotics are
antibiotics,
helping?
yep, for sure.
Good.
Yeah, I think she's only got a couple more days left on it, and then she'll be back to normal. But
Nice.
yeah, it's been a bastard. Just keeps hanging on.
It just keeps me hanging on. I can't sing today.
No.
I went out Saturday for St. Patrick's Day too, even though I kind of loathe St. Patrick's Day. Well, I'm not that big of a conformist. I'm not saying there's anything wrong if you're into it. Absolutely not. As they say in the sheep business, you do you.
You do you.
But I did go up to, we're going to go to McCabe's Saturday afternoon for half price wings, which they are every day from 2 to 5 o'clock. Give us a promotion. And it was packed. I went up to Long and McQuaid, and then I walked down to McCabe's. Packed. No chance of a seat. So I went over to Piper's, and I texted my friend. Fortunately, he walked by because he didn't read my stinking message. And I tapped on the window till he heard me from inside Piper's. And he came in. And I stayed there till, I don't know, like 6, quarter after. Oh, we went to A Burb for a couple of beers.
Yeah.
Love A Burb.
Yeah.
And then about quarter after 6, he booked, and I went back to Piper's to meet my second friend of the day to watch a Leaf game.
Wow, look at you, Mr. Popular.
Well, no, I didn't figure on being there so long in the first place. I thought I'll go home in between and just chill out and whatever. So I was uptown from 1 till 10. I had quite a number of beers, but at no point was I ever feeling drunk.
Right.
Not even a little. Buzz, sure. It was all, other than the 2 Primo pints at A Burb, it was all Coors Light.
Yeah.
So,
I'm assuming it was quite busy uptown.
oh, out of hand.
Yeah.
Thank God I got out when I did.
It was a nice day, too.
It was
right?
a nice
So,
day. Yeah. And
bit
it
of
was
rain,
all,
but-
it was all cool and chill. Everybody was, just
yeah.
being awesome. I did have chicken wings twice in the same day, which is quite quite a thing, really. You know?
Not shocked, really. Not
Aren't
shocked.
you?
No,
Yeah,
no, no.
They were both crier wings from Piper's, too. And the amazing and lovely Louisa was working in the afternoon. I haven't seen her in months.
Nice.
Yeah, we had a nice kibitz session. It was cool.
Cool.
That means to chat back
Got
and
it.
forth. Nothing, untoward. No, but she's quite, she's fun to talk with. So, yeah, it was a good day all in all. And then I got home Saturday night. I don't have to be out of my cave until Monday. And that's exactly what I'm doing.
Same.
God, it was beautiful.
Same. I mean, I was sick and hungover, and not terribly hungover by any means, because kind of like you. Like, I had lots to drink, but I wasn't at any point over the top. And we were eating, and, I was home, I drank and ate some more.
Were you just drinking beer?
Yeah.
Good move. That's a good move, too, eh?
Yep.
And don't get me wrong. Like, I love a good whiskey. Yeah. I even love a bad whiskey.
Yeah.
But when you start mixing it, now you've chosen a new path in life.
I did do some Jello shots.
Yeah, they don't really count.
They were quite strong.
Yeah, they don't really count.
That's what the hall had. They were handing out Jello shots.
I'm not going to comment on that. I'll comment off air about it. Now, don't get me wrong. I like a good Jello shot.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, it was good. It was fun, and
nice. How was the music?
it was really good, actually. Yeah.
Is it all country?
No.
Good.
No.
God,
No. It was a local band, and they were awesome. So.
Oh, nice.
And then at the end, it was just someone's playlist, but it was a really good playlist, and there was a lot of people on the dance floor,
Were you up
including
dancing?
myself.
Yeah, I knew it.
Yeah.
Let me guess. You did the robot.
No.
Did you do the limbo?
No.
How about the Macarena?
No.
Really?
No. Someone
about-
in the group, in our crowd, he did the worm.
Right.
It was very impressive.
They had tequila? Terrible joke. Sorry.
That was terrible.
Yeah. How about Mambo number 5? Did you do that?
No,
Really?
number 5.
I hate that song, but I love it at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. So things are
So,
cool.
yeah,
Things
yeah.
are good.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I don't know. You need something to read,
I need lots of things. Oh, to read. Yeah.
and tell us a story.
I went out today with a great friend of the podcast, Christy Bader. You've met her. Mm-hmm. She was in here observing one of our recording sessions one time.
Yep.
And she is still working on her podcast idea.
Yep. Cool.
So I shared with her some of our own experiences, if you will. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that was cool. We went to Piper's for lunch. Guess what I had?
Wings.
Right. I would have got apps, but those sillies had, usually it's half price apps all day Monday. Mm-hmm. And they've got some good apps. Huh?
Yep, they do.
The antihitos?
The antihitos.
Yeah, we won't talk anymore about them. I'm a big fan of their butter chicken wontons.
Yes.
And their samosas. Actually, did you try a samosa last time we were there?
No, I didn't.
You tried a butter chicken. You tried one of them.
Oh, no, I did. Yeah.
Samosa with lamb and potato.
Yes.
But yeah, so I had wings again. It was not crazy busy, but it was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
So yeah, that was cool. I want to thank one of our regular listeners, and she also shares our posts. That is Rosemary Saunders, nee Broman.
Okay.
I was going to say she's an old friend, and I think I can because she's actually a year younger than I am, so it's not a diss. We went to high school together, right?
Okay.
Yeah, man.
That's too bad for her.
No, it was a good high school. But yeah, she listens a lot, and she is awesome, and she is really funny too. So,
Yeah.
what
Good.
more do you want? In a
What
person?
more do you want? Not much more than that.
Wings. Actually, I am kind of winged out. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. So I've got a story.
Yeah.
I've got a story to tell.
Should make that a drinking game.
I've got a story?
No, how many times Rod mentions wings or pipers?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Should we do one about how many times you mentioned shutting up? Of course, you're usually talking to me when you say it.
Oh, God. Anyways,
Yeah.
as you were.
Hey, thank you, Sarah. Hey, did you ever see the movie The Truman Show?
I did.
I really liked it.
Yeah.
I've only ever seen it once, and I should watch it again. And it really does demonstrate that Jim Carrey, maybe you hate him, maybe you think he's just a hack, he can actually act very well.
Yeah, he can.
And it was a fantastic movie with a outlandishly interesting premise. Mm-hmm. Well, you think it's outlandish, you say.
That's what you said.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just
Go ahead.
pretending you said it. So, a man with intellectual disabilities living alone in China was unknowingly live-streamed 24/7 by villagers, turning him into an influencer. God, I hate that word.
Influencer?
Yeah,
Yeah, it is annoying.
Should be called manipulator.
Yeah.
Feng Ding Wu, 62, widely known as Brother Min, lives in a rural village in Kangshu, northern China. Feng, whose vocal cords and cognitive abilities were damaged in his youth by injuries he suffered while defending a friend, lives alone in a small decayed house after both his parents died. He reportedly survives by scavenging. Despite receiving a small government subsidy, locals say most of it is stolen by delinquents, leaving him struggling financially. In 2022, a video filmed by a villager called Feng showed Feng scavenging cabbages at night. It went viral on mainland social media. In the clip, Feng looks confused and mumbles, holding 2 cabbages stolen from a neighbor. The video racked up over 1 million likes, and Feng became an internet sensation for his funny behavior. Soon, Feng and other villagers started regularly filming his daily life. Feng is slow to react and often unaware of people around him. Feng would sneak up and suddenly shout his nickname, Brother Min, startling him. It's kind of a dick move. Mm-hmm. Upset by the scare, sometimes Feng would grab a brick to chase the filmer. Yeah, dude. Though he never actually hit anyone, except for one time when he accidentally struck himself. Sorry, Feng. Dude. Like, I'm on your side on this. I think they're behaving very horribly, but that is a little comic gold. So Feng can manage some daily tasks. So Feng and his friends also filmed him making dumplings in his dirty kitchen. Soon, cameras were set up everywhere, from the kitchen to his bed and even at the local shop. The videos on social media captured every aspect of Feng's daily routine, from feeding chickens to buying cigarettes and counting money in his bed. Most viewers assumed he had no idea he was being watched. Feng does not have a social media account, but the topics related to Brother Min have racked up more than 700 million views.
Wow.
Reports say Feng and his friends spent most of the money they make to improve Feng's living conditions.
Okay, well...
Yeah, there's some redemption.
Some good out of it,
Yep.
yeah.
The exact amount they earned from the online traffic has not been disclosed. Feng also treated Feng to beauty treatments, films, and even nightclub outings. The rise of Brother Min has sparked much attention online, with many comparing it to a real-life version of The Truman Show. In the film, the main character, played by Jim Carrey, discovers that his entire life is a scripted reality show with the whole world watching him. One online observer said, although Feng and the villagers joke with Feng, they respect boundaries. However, one person expressed concern. Feng does not even know he is famous. Have you ever asked if he is okay with being filmed? It's a good point. Mm-hmm. Also, a lawyer said, as a disabled person, harassment and surveillance could lead to cyberbullying. Local authorities need to consider whether they have neglected their regulatory duties. As of writing, Feng and other major accounts that live-streamed Feng's life were no longer searchable. In March, present day, a villager said Feng had been taken by relatives and left Kangshu. though this has yet to be confirmed. A notice reading, "No one is home," was posted on his door.
Wow.
Yeah, like, what do you think? What do you think of all this?
Well, I don't like that he's being recorded and he doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
That part I'm not okay with. Because there are a lot of private things you do in your house, too.
Yep.
Not to mention just sitting there. But, you know, you don't want people to be seeing that no matter what.
No, that's right.
I don't really like it. But he's none the wiser.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. And they're at least giving him some of the money, I guess, to help him. But in what regards are they?
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, I don't think it's right.
No.
But the fact that he's disabled is, in my mind, a little bit irrelevant. I shouldn't say that. It's not irrelevant.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not why I object to it. It's another
No.
reason I object to it.
Right.
The main reason is he doesn't know about it.
It wouldn't matter who it was. It's still not okay.
That's right.
Right?
And you said, of course, ignorance is bliss.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's true here. Like a lot of expressions we use, that's not the whole thing. And I did have to look it up, even though I thought I knew it, but I wanted to make sure. So the full saying is, I'll paraphrase it into modern English. Ignorance is bliss when 'tis folly to be wise. In other words, it's a good move not to be aware when it could hurt you to know the truth.
Right.
So,
Right.
you make an interesting point.
Right.
Your argument is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But your other point too, like, you know, it says that they filmed him in his kitchen and at the local store and in bed. Well, I don't know about you, but you know,
Go on.
wow, there's some parts of Rod Time that aren't open for public exhibition. You know, but even if it's that, like, you know, if you're walking around the house, you know, you're fully clothed, everything's cool, but, you know, like, who doesn't give the occasional little pick, you know, or like, right?
The occasional little bit.
Well, you know what I'm
That's
saying.
not where I thought you were going with that.
Yeah, I don't even want to. I kind of want to know where you thought.
I know. I
was going.
just thought you said, you know, you stroll around your place like with no clothes on, or you know, especially living alone.
That's why I specified in this case you would have clothes on because you're doing stuff. But one of them is like, oh my gosh, I think I have a little nugget of mucus in my nose that must be extricated forthwith.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah.
I know nobody wants to see that.
No.
You know.
No. I'd probably. This is weird, but I'd probably feel more comfortable with it if it was just, say, the living room or something like that, or
Sure.
just the kitchen,
Right.
like him cooking stuff.
Well, and
But when you're in like his full private areas, no pun intended, but
it's private area,
yeah,
I mean, right?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, and plus this poor bugger, like,
I wouldn't like it.
I wouldn't. Oh, I wouldn't either. And you know, if you're surviving on cabbage, that's pretty sad.
Yeah.
Like, I like some good coleslaw, but I can't
same.
eat it all the time. So I feel bad for Feng.
Why wouldn't they tell him? Did
Well,
it
I
say
think
why?
No, but
Or
I
they
think that
just-
was the joy of it,
Oh.
right? And I don't know, man. It's pretty draconian, pretty like Big Brother-ish, even though it's not the government.
Right.
Who cares if it is or isn't, right? You get out of my house, you bunch of losers. Hey,
Right.
I got picking to do.
It's
Grinning and a
picking to
picking. No, it's picking and a grinning. I forgot.
picking and a grinning.
Yeah, so that's China.
Wow.
I mean, I don't think that happens everywhere in China, but that happened
Well.
in China.
It's yeah.
You got something for us?
Yeah.
Beauty, eh? Lay it on us.
Do you? I actually got a couple baby stories.
Oh, I see. Like your own babies?
No, not my
Okay, good.
babies.
All right.
I don't do these things.
Huh?
I said I don't do these things.
Well, how do I know?
Well, let me tell you.
All right. Oh, and yes, I like babies.
Okay.
Unless they're dicks.
They can be.
Of course they can be. They're
Yeah.
human beings. They
Yeah.
have personality.
Yeah, I know.
Like my neighbor. Her baby's a dick.
She's not really a baby though.
No, I'm pretty sure she stole my waffles.
What?
I made that up. All right,
Okay.
sorry. Babies.
Babies.
Hey, baby.
It's hard to believe that for a brief period of 6 years, it was possible to mail a baby or small child through the U.S. Postal Service.
Dang.
Yep, you heard it right. It was legal to mail a baby in the U.S., and it happened more than once and by all accounts. In 1913, the U.S. Postal Service introduced parcel posts. Ooh, that's a lot of P's.
Mm.
Before then, all packages sent by mail had to weigh 4 pounds or under. With the commencement of the parcel service, people could now ship anything below 50 pounds. But almost immediately, it had some unintended consequences as some parents tried to send their children through the mail. According to the National Postal Museum historian Nancy Pope, the first known case of a mailed baby was in 1913 when Mr. and Mrs. Jesse Belage of Glen Estate, Ohio, shipped their 10-pound infant son. 10 pounds, that's like a baby.
Yeah, that's pretty new.
That's like...
that's a fresh model.
That's a very fresh one.
Yeah.
Shipped their 10-pound infant son to his grandmother's home about a mile away.
Oh, well, okay.
Paying
Weird.
15 cents in postage and springing for $50 in insurance just in case something bad happened.
Ooh. I smell a corruption approach. Yeah, I smell a scam.
The quirky story soon made newspapers, and for the next several years, similar stories would occasionally surface as other parents followed suit. One child did make the trip in a railway mail car. 5-year-old May Pearsoff was sent from Grangeville to Lewiston, Idaho, to visit her grandmother on February 19th, 1914. May was just under the weight of 48.5 pounds. This is like luggage, when you weigh your luggage.
Yeah, yeah.
And her parents realized that sending her by mail would be cheaper than buying her a train ticket.
Except one difference. Luggage doesn't normally have to eat or have water.
No, usually not. They attached the postage, 53 cents in parcel post stamps, on May's coat. And she rode in the train's mail compartment all the way to Lewiston.
Wow.
She was personally delivered to her grandmother's home by Leonard Michael, the mail clerk on duty. So they didn't even come get her off the train.
Yeah.
Just deliver her.
Yeah, is the kid here yet?
Yeah. This is like the story you did last week with the dude that mailed himself.
I was thinking that.
Yeah. Over the years, these stories continued to pop up from time to time as parents occasionally managed to slip their children through the mail thanks to rural workers willing to let it slide. Some children were shipped quite far. Edna Neff, 6, was sent 720 miles
Oh, wow.
from Pensacola, Florida, to Christiansburg, Virginia, where her father lived. Finally, in 1915, several newspapers, including the Washington Post, the New York Times, and the LA Times, all ran stories stating that the postmaster had officially decreed that children could no longer be sent through the mail.
Good move.
While the odd practice of mailing out kids might seem as incompetence or negligence on the part of the mail carriers, it was more as an example of just how much rural communities relied on and trusted local postal workers. Here you go, stranger. Please take my child and ship them over there.
Yeah, like 4 states away, Florida to Virginia.
The things that people will do to their own children is beyond.
Well, there's no, so the last one was 6, the one before that was 5.
But the baby?
Baby.
I know it only went a mile, but still.
Yeah, but a 5 and 6-year-old, how could they not have been scared?
Oh, 100%.
Like a 1-year-old, not a 1-year-old, I mean, like a 10-pound baby, they don't really get scared.
They don't know what's going on.
They don't get scared. They get hungry, they get cold, they get tired, they get gassy.
Yeah.
Right? But they don't really know
like
fear.
Me. Yeah.
Yeah, it is very much like you. But the 5 and 6-year-old, they'd be cogent, you know what I mean? They'd be like, hey,
go
this
hang
isn't
out in the
home.
belly of this train for a while and in the dark and just hang out.
Right.
I wouldn't even want to do that to my dog, let alone my
Your
baby.
dog probably would dig it. Yeah.
I don't think she would. But anyway.
Yeah, so weird. Treating babies.
Yeah, I got another crazy baby story.
Let's hear it. Baby stories.
Have you heard about these baby cages that they used to have like years and years ago?
Like, what do you mean?
And like, wow, let me tell you.
Lay it on me.
Dangling baby cages.
That's a good name for a punk band.
Dangling baby cages.
Yeah.
They were invented in 1922. But their origin, what?
So after the trains.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
But it's,
We didn't kill enough babies on the trains. Let's do it
let's
this
put them
way.
in cages
Right.
instead. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
But their origins really began with the 1884 book, The Care of Feeding for Children,
Ooh,
by Dr. Luther Emmett Holt.
good name.
In this book, Emmett carefully describes how babies need to be, air quotes, aired.
Well, he's not wrong. I've smelled some pretty ripe babies. You know what I mean?
Fresh air is required to renew and purify the blood. And this
Okay.
And this is just as necessary for health and growth as proper food, he wrote. The appetite is improved, the digestion is better, the cheeks become red, and all signs of health are seen. Could be sunburn, but
I'd
anyway.
like to because I just read, like, infants under 6 months should never be in direct sunlight.
Right. And that just kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
Right? This
kinda.
was 1884.
No, I dig. I dig. It's still rubbish.
Essentially, the thinking was that this was part of a process to toughen up the babies and make them better able to withstand common colds.
Oh, sure.
So clearly, I should have been left in the sun a
Yeah.
bit more.
Should have exposed them to more uranium-238 or something, too. That'll toughen those little buggers up. Had it too easy.
It was believed that exposing infants to cold temperatures, both outside and through cold water bathing, I'm sure babies love that,
Oh, yeah.
would grant them a certain immunity to catching minor illnesses. While physicians such as Dr. Holt advised simply placing an infant's basket near an open window, some parents took it a step further. Eleanor Roosevelt, who by her own admission knew absolutely nothing about handling or feeding a baby. So we bought a chicken wire cage after the birth of her daughter Anna. We hung it out the window of her New York City apartment and placed Anna inside for her naps, until a concerned neighbor threatened to report her to authorities. The first commercial patent for a baby cage was filed in 1922 by Emma Reed of Spokane, Washington. The cages became popular in London in the 1930s among apartment dwellers without access to backyards. It's not entirely clear when exactly the baby cage's popularity began to wane, but it likely had something to do with growing concerns for child safety in the second half of the 20th century.
You think?
So I don't know if you saw any of these pictures of these babies in cages.
I
but
have seen one.
It's quite literally a kitchen, a chicken coop.
Yeah.
Hanging outside of an apartment building, 10 feet in the air, and there's a baby in it.
Well,
It's crazy.
I quite by accidentally, 3 or 4 years ago, came across a pic on like Reddit on one of the history subreddits,
Okay.
showing a picture of that, and I remember sharing it on my Facebook because I thought, wow, this is cool. Like not cool, but history, a little bit of history, right?
Absurd cool.
Well, because so many people who are not, let's say, students of history or really into history, they always look at history as grand events.
Right.
Well, it's not true.
No.
I honestly believe that the only people who don't like learning about history have never learned properly about history. Because if you're interested in something,
Yeah.
whatever it is, it has a history.
Yeah, for sure.
Ergo, you're interested in history, is
Yeah.
how I would look at it. And I posted this because I'm like, I'd never heard of this in my life. Like, how ridiculous is this?
It is ridiculous.
But this dude, whoever wrote this book, I'm sure he was genuine.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't doing, like, I hate babies. I know how I'll get rid of them.
Throw them in the sun.
Right. Like, he genuinely, and probably no doubt others at the time, thought the same. Now, when you said Eleanor Roosevelt, I presume that's like Franklin Roosevelt's wife.
Yeah.
The one who came up with, we have nothing to fear but fear itself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she, not a moron.
She's like, this, would be a great idea.
Well, like she's not some bumpkin who,
Yeah.
who tries to read turnips.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like she's an intelligent or was an intelligent woman.
Yeah.
But it's true now. Like, I mean, we get things coming down the pike regarding healthcare and medicine that, for the most part, science is like, no, man, like not.
Yeah.
I read a story about a guy in, I don't remember where it was, and I might even cover it later. Anyways, he cheated on his wife. He got an STI. And I was actually just looking up there while you were reading to see if I could find the name of the pesticide that he applied to his genitals to kill the STI.
Okay.
Yeah, it didn't even work out even close to well. So he thought it was working. And then his genitals, and it went on for some time that he was doing this, they became grossly inflamed. He started to feel terrible. He went to the hospital. His kidneys shut down, his liver shut down, and then next his lungs, and that was it for him. What would possess you to think that?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I've got crabs. I know what I'll do. I'll pour boiling water on my genitals to get rid of them.
Right.
Like, what part of you could think, I don't want to go to the hospital? Dude, you go to the hospital.
Yeah.
You know what? There's greater shame in being stupid, in my opinion.
Yep.
But, yeah, I know that sounds like a bit of a sidetrack, but, like, we kind of, this and the mailing thing. Like, I remember saying to a friend of mine who was a prof, I said, it seems like back in older days, times were more violent. And he corrected me. He goes, no, they were in fact less violent. They were more cruel.
Right.
In that, if you had 4 children, one of them was going to die within the first year, and another one was probably going to die before it's 10.
Right.
Just by law of averages.
Yeah.
Now we have good drinking water. We have vaccines like against polio and, TB and whatever.
Yep.
So your kids aren't getting wiped out before they even have a chance.
Yeah.
Although measles is massively on the return.
Yeah.
Massive spike in Ontario. And as yet more untreatable form of tuberculosis is out there. Boy, am I ever glad I'm not 20. Yeah. What do you think of the baby cages? Baby cages.
I mean, sometimes it sounds like a good deal.
Sure.
Close the window. If I can close the window while they're out there, I don't have to listen to them.
Is it raining? No, I'm sure it's fine. You'd have to have a roof on it, otherwise birds would come. Steal your baby.
Yeah. Come shit on your baby. And
maybe the dingoes ate your baby.
they were all covered. It wasn't like open on the top.
But was it solid covered or was it
No.
Yeah, right.
It would have to be open because
yeah, right. What if I don't want to think about it.
What?
No, I don't want to think about it. What if like a bee got in?
Yeah, I don't.
So that would
I don't
suck.
like that.
What's a baby gonna do?
I don't know.
Like
There's so many flaws in this.
Oh, that's all it is.
So many.
There's
Even just looking at the pictures, like my anxiety was like, oh my god.
Yeah, and they're quite precarious too.
Yeah.
It's not like they're like 1 foot off the ground.
No.
These are on apartment buildings.
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
There was one picture I saw, one of the sites that I was on. There was probably 6 different pictures.
Yeah.
And there was one that there was a toddler in it. And the kids waving to people on the street.
Oh, man.
I'm like, oh, my
God. Yeah. All in all, though, we'd have to say that we do not endorse the idea of baby cages. Would that be fair?
No.
Yeah.
I would, yeah.
I know. I'm going to bet they were long gone. Well, should find out before I put my foot in my mouth. But I don't think it said they were gone by most of the midway through the 20th century.
Yeah.
I'll bet you they were long gone and quick gone.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll bet you something horrible happened.
Probably.
That triggered it.
Yep.
That triggered the, oh, shit, we can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
Like, really?
How about we build proper balconies?
Yeah, or how about, I don't know, open a window.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you obviously can get that baby in, so you've attached it to a window.
Yeah.
How about putting the baby inside in its comfy bassinet and open the window?
Oh, God.
You know? I'm no Dr. Spock. Either one. Like the one on Star Trek or the child psychologist. Hey. Are you at all interested now or as a child in dinosaurs?
Yeah.
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 Do you think it would be cool to live when there were dinosaurs?
Not really.
No, I think it would be really
Sounds
bad.
terrifying.
Yeah. Actually, it's a given that the reason we can prove that humans never coexisted with dinosaurs, well, there's lots of ways, but one of them is we're here.
Right.
We wouldn't have survived.
No, of course not.
And not just because they would have ate us. They would have. But it would be the competition for food would have been too much, and we got our asses kicked. Especially you. If there was like a dinosaur chasing us, I'd for sure throw you to the dinosaur
Would you now?
to buy myself time to get away.
Then you trip and you
Like
fall.
I'd feel bad. You know, I'd have a memorial for you every year.
Yeah, would you now?
Of course I would.
Sure you would.
The reason I ask about dinosaurs, I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to be Rod. You know what I mean? And I'm going to say, I don't care if anyone doesn't think that there's a real case of climate change going on, you're gravely mistaken.
Yeah.
There's no way that we're doing everything we do in our existence, all the products we have, myself included, all the services we have, and it's not having an impact on the greater global ecosystem. Mm-hmm. There's all kinds of evidence of rising temperatures.
Right.
Now people are like, oh, if it's so cold, how can there be global warming? Don't even start on me.
Yeah.
Right? We're talking about averages. And in fact, it's almost certainly we're already past the tipping point. But whatever, doesn't matter what we do anymore. We're going to watch massive climate impacts.
Yeah.
And one of the big concerns, well, imagine, for example, like if there was a dinosaur frozen in the ice, but it really wasn't dead. It was only sleeping. And it came back to life. Do you think
Is that what happened in the movie Ice Age?
Is that like a Disney thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Pixar?
Absolutely did not see it.
Anyway, sorry.
That's
I could be
okay.
totally wrong, but...
But listen to this.
Yes, go
All
ahead.
right, I want you to get in your comfy chair. And, yeah, scientists have revived a worm that was frozen 46,000 years ago at a time when woolly mammoths, saber-toothed tigers, and giant elks still roamed the earth. I really want to see a giant elk.
That'd be cool.
It would be cool. So the roundworm of a previously unknown species survived 40 meters or 131 feet below the surface in the Siberian permafrost in a dormant state known as cryptobiosis. This is according to a professor emeritus at the Max Planck Institute of Molecular Cell Biology and Genetics in Dresden. I went to school there, actually. And one of the scientists involved in the research. No, I didn't go there, but it's a cool name. Organisms in a cryptobiotic state can endure the complete absence of water or oxygen and withstand high temperatures, as well as freezing or extremely salty conditions. They remain in a state between death and life in which their metabolic rates decrease to an undetectable level. One can halt life and then start it from the beginning. This is a major finding, he said, adding that other organisms previously revived from this state had survived for decades rather than millennia. So this is not out of the blue, but for the length of time this thing has been in this cryptobiosis is unheard of. 5 years ago, scientists from the Institute of Physiochemical and Biological Problems in Soil Science in Russia, I also went there too, found 2 roundworm species in the Siberian permafrost. One of the researchers, Anastasia Shatalovich, I love Russian names, revived 2 of the worms at the institute by simply rehydrating them with water before taking around 100 worms to labs in Germany for further analysis, transporting them in her pocket. After thawing the worms, the scientists used radiocarbon analysis of the plant material in the sample to establish that the deposits had not been thawed since between 45,839 and 47,769 years ago.
Wow.
But still, they didn't know whether the worm was a known species. Eventually, genetic analysis conducted by scientists in Dresden and Cologne showed that these worms belonged to a novel species, which researchers named Panagrolomius collimanus. I'm not ever saying that again. Researchers also found that the P. collimanus, like that way better, was shared with C. elegans, another organism often used in scientific studies, a molecular toolkit that could allow it to survive cryptobiosis. Both organisms produce a sugar called trehalose, possibly enabling them to endure freezing and dehydration. To see that the same biochemical pathway is used in a species which is 200 to 300 million years away, that's really striking, said Philip Schiffer, research group leader of the Institute of Zoology at the University of Cologne. I didn't go there. And one of the scientists involved in the study. It means that some processes in evolution are deeply conserved. And Schiffer added, there are other actionable insights which can be gleaned by studying these organisms. By looking at and analyzing these animals, we can maybe inform conservation biology, or maybe even develop efforts to protect other species, or at least learn what to do to protect them in these extreme conditions that we have now. Yeah, dude. Ancient worms.
Oh. It amazes me what we can still find.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And what we haven't found.
Yeah, well, I don't remember what the percentage is, but it's less than 10% of the ocean's floors that we have mapped.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about that because that terrifies me to no end.
Like, there's not going to be some massive kraken kind of beast living down there.
No.
I guarantee it. I promise you.
I know, but it just terrifies me.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Because we just can't get down that far.
You can, but you're not coming back up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But do you know what's this scary? Or for this story here is really quite terrifying in and of itself. Mm-hmm. These worms, I mean, yeah, they're harmless, dude. They're not going to do anything, right? But did you hear where these were found? They were found in permafrost. Mm-hmm. Permafrost has been frozen. Well, the perma stands for permanent, so it means it's always frozen. Mm-hmm. Has been maybe even before the last ice age, right? Well, it obviously has. These predate the last ice age. So, what else is going to get thawed out? I don't mean big animals. I don't mean big roving, beasts. Mm-hmm. How about viruses?
Yeah, I was just going to say.
And this is not my idea. God knows. I guarantee you there's a number of university departments who are studying this right now that we would have no exposure to. Yeah. And ergo, no immune system defense. And until you start getting patient zero and start getting, some bodies racking up, you can't develop a vaccine. No. So it depends how fast it moves before you can bring in countermeasures. Is everybody going to get them? I don't know. Not if people in the south of our border right now are any occasions, only the rich would get them. Right. And what about the poor people all around the world? Yeah. So that's scary.
Yeah, that is scary.
Damn right. Like that's, when people say, we're going to destroy the world's going to go on. Mm-hmm. Absolutely it will go on. We may not be part of it. We may not
be nobody here, but
right, and we're already. It's already considered that we're in like an extinction phase. Not us, but with the number of plant and animal species, it's like the sixth extinction is what it's called. Mm-hmm. So just like the dinosaurs, we're in another one. Yeah. Scary shit, dude.
It is scary.
So let's leave viruses. You got something for us?
Yeah.
Any lighter?
On that pleasant note.
Yeah. Nobody's died yet. That was good. I'm going to keep that sniffle in here. All right.
Okay.
You got it. Let's have it. Ooh-wee.
A teenager from India has broken the Guinness Book of World Record for having the hairiest face.
Ooh, good one.
Lalit Patidar.
Oh, his
18.
name's not Harry?
No.
Oh, bummer.
He's only 18.
Yeah, well, good for him.
Hence teenager. Won the award last month after, it's amazing how they even measure this,
Yeah, I want to know, actually.
201.7 hairs per square centimeter
Whoa.
were measured on his face.
How many do I have?
I don't know.
Okay.
Patidar has hypertrichosis, also known as werewolf syndrome.
Really?
Yep.
Cool.
A rare condition that causes excessive hair growth on the body. More than 95% of his face is covered in hair,
Wow.
making Patidar one of the only 50 documented cases reported worldwide since the Middle Ages, making him 1 in a billion, the organization noted. Patidar flew to Milan, Italy, where he appeared on the television show Lo Show di Record, where he had the hair on his face measured to determine if he was the new record holder. I am speechless, he told the Guinness after receiving the award last month, adding that he is very happy to get this recognition. While Patidar has learned to embrace his uniqueness, it wasn't always so easy. He recalled how kids at school feared him when he showed up on his first day.
Well, yeah.
They were scared of me, but then they started to get to know me and talking to me, and they understood that I was not so different from them. It was just on the outside that I looked different, but I'm not different inside, he said. He now shares his day-to-day life with fans on social media and boasts 226,000 followers on Instagram and has more than 108,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Wow.
Patidar is often told by people that he should get all the facial hair removed, but he refuses. There's not much to say to people about that, he says. I tell them that I like how I am and I don't want to change my look. So there you go. I was looking at pictures of him too, which are quite...
Okay, so I'm just looking this up.
Yeah.
Look back at the beginning. How many follicles did he have per square centimeter? It was like
201.7
Okay, so
hairs per square centimeter.
values for facial hair follicles range between 20 and 80 follicles per square centimeter.
Oh. So yeah.
Dude's, he's hairy.
He's got a very thick head of hair on his face.
And it's determined at birth, I just read, too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Like, I'm not saying you're born with that many hairs all over you.
No.
That'd be friggin' heavy. Oh, congratulations. You gave birth to a loofah. You know what I mean? Like,
But it makes you question, though, when did they start discovering he had more hair? Like, did it not show up till puberty, or did it start to show before that?
yeah, good
Do
question.
you know what I mean?
Well, it did say something, though, that the other kids were afraid of him on his first
That's
day
what I
at
mean,
school.
right? So it sounds like,
That's young,
yeah.
you know. I'm no doubt it like, took off, if you will, at puberty.
Because there's definitely some kids from certain cultures, you can see that they just have more
Yep.
hair around their face and stuff. So,
And they
I
tend
mean,
to
I
get
guess it's possible.
mustaches and beards earlier. I'm talking about
Yep.
men here.
Yeah.
But women, women too. I mean,
Yep.
you know, we certainly know women can grow mustaches.
Sure.
Well, most would, if they didn't. It wouldn't be generally as bushy as like a man's.
No.
But that most women would grow one
Yep.
if left unattended.
Yep.
And those are obviously like evolutionary holdovers.
Yep.
You know, when we needed more facial hair. Oh no, never mind.
What?
But I wonder if his like pubic hair is as resplendent. Yeah, so I want to. You've got a picture of him?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I want to see. Yeah, I want to see that. I want to use that for an infographic.
Absolutely.
But
Yeah.
I wonder. Like, I have no idea what he looks like. Like, can he? Does it look like he could eat okay? And like, how long is
it looks
the
like
hair?
it's trimmed around
Oh,
a
that's
bit,
good.
but it really is just like eyes. You can't see
He's like cousin
any of his
It.
kind of 100%.
How does that not get really itchy?
I don't know.
Like, if I don't shave for like 3 days,
Yeah.
it starts to itch,
But
especially
if
my
it's
beard.
that long though, it probably doesn't itch.
I don't know, man. You get ingrown hairs and shit.
Well, if you shave it to the skin.
Yeah, but he's not.
No.
Right. So he's getting ingrown hairs and stuff. Has to. Doesn't he? I don't know. I'm not really into like.
No, I think it's only when you shave to the bone.
Anyway, yeah, that's a deep cut, shaving to the bone. Yeah.
Anywho.
So that's the hairy dude from
Yeah,
India.
it's the hairy dude. Yeah.
Well, I guess if he's happy with it, whatever.
If he's
dude.
accepted it,
Yeah, move on. You know,
might as well just keep going. Because that would be a lot of work to.
Cost a fortune in razor blades. Yeah. Right.
Well, you'd
and
have to
shaving
get
cream. Imagine covering your whole face in shaving cream and walking around. Bleh.
You'd have to get laser done.
Mr. Foamy. So they'd call you. Yes, you would have to get laser done. Yeah, like a big space laser. Right? Yeah, what's wrong with us?
I don't know.
We're both got colds. We're both tired.
I know.
Yeah, man. That was a good story.
Yeah.
Both your stories were good today.
Thanks.
So yeah, you got some stuff you want to say to our people?
Yes.
Yeah, you do. I know you do.
You guys should go check out our website at theabsurdpodcast.ca. You'll find our links there to Facebook, Instagram. You can follow us on social media, and then you can check us out on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, Deezer.
Yeah. Funny you say that, because remember how I said the other week, I met a person, my cousin, who uses Deezer.
Yeah.
And last week at bingo, yes, I lead a very rugged life. A friend's daughter was there, and she used to come every now and then with her grandmother. She uses Deezer. And I'm like, whoa, you're the second person, because I introduced her to the podcast. Of course I did.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're the second person I've ever met in my life who uses Deezer. And she goes, well, my dad uses it too, who I also know. I'm like, whoa. I'd never heard of it a year ago.
Never heard of it.
But people are obviously digging it.
Yeah.
So it must be good. You know.
All right.
But yeah, what Mel said, check us out on Facebook and Instagram. We're on TikTok.
We're on TikTok.
What am I, from Boston? Yeah, we're on TikTok. And we are slowly building ourselves a page on TikTok. We have a couple more merch products that may be available. Mm-hmm. So I am going to add those to our merch video, and I'm going to put it out. I'm going to put it out tomorrow, regardless.
Okay.
I've decided. I've made a professional, executive decision. And I think that's about it.
All right.
I think that's about everything. So thank you again, everyone, for stopping by and listening. We hope you enjoyed the show. And if this is your first time, please check out our other episodes and tell a friend, tell an enemy, tell a family member.
Give us 5 stars.
Yeah, we love stars.
Yes, that helps us. That helps us grow and continue bringing you the fabulous content.
Oh, my God. Easy now. All right. Thanks again, everyone, for listening. Take care of yourselves and one another, please.
Bye.
Goodbye.
The Absurd Podcast is written, produced, and recorded by Rod and Mel. Music by Audionautics.com.